LLAMAWOOD vlog 1. Okay, so today I'm going to show how to build a fire. There are 3 critical components to building a fire: oxygen, fuel, and heat. And each of those are equally important. You don't just need dry wood, you need oxygen and heat. It's kind of like a triangle. One suffers, the other 2 suffer. So you gotta pay attention to each of those. We're going to start a fire in a Burly fire pit. I have the Gather, which is the bigger model, so it's perfect for 15-inch logs. And for the fire, we're going to need 8 logs of premium hardwood, seasoned hardwood. We need some form of spark, and we need some kindling. That is 6 pieces of fat wood, pine kindling, and then some tinder, which I'm using newspaper. You want to use the rough part, the rough paper newspaper, not the shiny coupon code or coupon pages. And then also a handy resource would be this great book, the book on building fires, How to Master the Art of the Perfect Fire, which I picked up in Toronto. Big fans of fire in Canada. And we're basically going to be working on the log cabin / the sandwich approach. Since I am holding the camera, I'm going to probably show you a point of view, and I'm going to build it outside of the fire pit and then rebuild it in the fire pit, so you just have a clear view. So we're going to start with 2 big logs about 12 inches apart. So let me get them here. I'll put the camera here. I'm using a little bit of oak and hickory, so this fire is going to smell really good. So you start with 2 base logs about 12 inches apart. And those logs can be kind of big because they're going to be the base, which will support the fire so it doesn't fall down, and it maintains a nice structure as you add on more wood. Then you're going to take 2 more logs and put them sort of parallel, or rather perpendicular to the first 2 logs, and then spacing those the same, about 12 inches apart. Gonna come over and grab 4 pieces of kindling, and we're gonna put the kindling across the logs like so, leaving a space in the middle. And then we're just going to crumple up this paper and fill that void. Just crumple it up. 2 pieces is fine. So we'll just put those right down in here, just like that. And we'll come over and get our last 2 pieces of kindling and top it off. Starting to look pretty good. Next, we're just gonna keep stacking 2 more logs. Right across these kindling. So these 2 are going to be a little bit closer than the last 2. Then we're going to take our last 2 logs, finish out like that, and then we're just going to top it with more tinder. So you can see we've got a lot of air throughout, making it a nice solid structure with plenty of air. And then just to show you, get a tape measure here. So The opening of the Burly is about 20 inches in diameter, which is perfect for our 14, 15 inch logs. So they're gonna fit in nicely, but if you have a smaller fire pit, like the solo stove bonfire, you might have to get slightly shorter logs to make sure that they fit, in the fire pit flat. Because we're not gonna build a teepee, or we're not gonna angle them at all in this technique. So let's go ahead and rebuild in the Burly. Show this as it happens. I'm gonna give my hand a little room over here so I can get down in there. The last piece of the pie. So we're gonna use another piece of paper to reach down in there, because these fire pits can be kind of tight. Obviously, if you fill it up with wood, there's not a lot of room to get your hand down in there. So we'll go ahead and light. Just put this here. Alright, so you can see that. And then what we're gonna do is just blow gently to help air flow. While that gets going, a couple other notes. Number one, if you're ever going to have a fire on a wood deck with a smokeless fire pit, always make sure you have a concrete paver to keep the fire pit off of your deck. And also, you'll notice that there's still room in the fire pit. I could have added more logs, but you want to start small, because you can always build on a fire. You don't want to smother it with too much wood. You want to leave room for the oxygen and the heat to disperse so that you can get a good base fire going, and then you can start adding logs as you please. Let's check in. Just like with anything, building fires takes practice. If the first time you try, you don't succeed, try again. You're never gonna get it perfect, but the more you try, the more you learn. Take notes of what works and what doesn't. But if you try this technique, as shown, you're probably going to have success. Let's check in. Now that we got things going, let's go get some logs from the wood pile. Maybe we can add a few. We have a mixture of oak and hickory over here. Let's do a little more hickory. Maybe a piece of oak. also don't want to throw logs on the fire. You kind of want to help place them so that they don't break your fire down, and also that you get it in the right spot. So I'm just gonna cross it right here without burning your hand. So right there. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let us know what you think, and give it a try. We wish you good luck. Always start with good wood. Fuel, oxygen, heat. The golden triangle.